akwaba na apomo ye de
ya chewa tifo nso so na obia ha
great bibi ekoye
nyame adom
mujina monan so
10
NDP
action be bold be bold action
I dey make NDP na waje so action
no cause a power to the people.
Okay, NDP power to the people but make be bold
action
yes. Oh
yeah,
wow. Some office now where here.
Oh yes, just across. Yeah,
National Democratic Party. And no, I'm press conference.
Yeah,
well, not for a long time. Me and say my press conference. What informed Enra press conference?
Yo, me that was such of T4. Enra press conference, you know. Fan say baso ebe church ni me bi mu. More importantly, yeah. Frank Tufo ena na hukeni Efrimu oye President Rollins,
yeah, former President Rollins.
Enti no so echi no meju sense mebri esi na yemu no the most important thing is ye manifesto any all the policies are ye na no basically inspired by his vision. Enti se bibi ekoswa a fano you know na ase ahye so se e wo se ye ma nima bi edadi na ye chirechire mu se ne unimu no President Ekosiisen onokra declare say the former president, I mean the deceased president, say you know ono say the founder of the Fourth Republic. Even though yena chitafo no we rightly claim so enti na jese say na akufo ado eka ya na jese wasisu edua amayen na ofiri mu no the most important thing any so kaya na yie ne hihye ne manema edikan edensem bibre bai na nka NDC ekire say sebi amenu me fan say no omuni aban etwe that over it, you know. But send is share no na enye eno na ye pese sebi ye bohu dawrumo but ne ye kan say akwa say nya twumbi unity emwa yen na more importantly ye kwa kwato aba no so no ehu be hia say obi a we founder of the Fourth Republic they just an initial huno aboa your Fourth Republican dispensation enti say omai ebedi ni year na o say church niam bi eniso eye MPP Ekosiisen afa niam ni bi ena ye ko yanim susu yansusu no virtually everything about governance eye Rawlins's vision ene yanim say NDC susu a party a wone na hokani ene di emu akotem mfa say father and mother of the party ena say no baby yedro no mfa say enkwanta ya to nkwanta bi amine say ya pai nkwanta bi so ya bam ebem enti no ni empese nia na wone memfanse ne chitafo ene nkrofo a no mo na associate tamo tiasie ene afi ofiri mu no suban bi bedadia na ya abofo kakra enti se okaya ne ka se ukunani die na nke pese onya na somdwe na emra ewemu no emfata sese bi yebeka bibi wonchi na akoka ne ya but now yebende na wo se yeka etosa omudi kan eka zo mami a ukura fi mu die amamre so no na ehia se wo begina ene ne manema nti eno no yen babe yeba be yi ano ekire
nunu mensa
exactly nunu mensa ya nunu mensa eti ne ye kan se amamre be na kire se sebi obi ahokani efrimu a na wodi djuma pa bia na kire se ne otiase na so wujai amamre be na kire se entro we fa amamre so etwantro enti ne ka say wishful thinking of a detractor oh ena no ye nso no night was something like a tongue in cheek na e ya dia na opese utimi kadada na emum no we nya ekwan anka na ene a maame no memfa se na hokani afiri mu nti ena ho ba be kasa asemi enti no na eno ye botugu okay enti ekoko ba so afi na yia ye ba be yo no e wo se nka we ndc4 na ye ana say hu da bi crown no mu twen no ene say do hey abroso chese papa wo tiase sebi edi kwa na mo de mo na airtime so tiase na President Rawlings was a personality, you know, what represented two aspects of himself. Bako the radiance and charisma na one personality nankasa wo enti party no NDC no enya no faso se abato edu sei na one omoko campaign trailer na so money age so I said that is one side of him. You know, he radiated charisma and will illuminate virtually everything around him. Enti si abato na campaigner na amanfo eni age wa ankodi ya na say ekwakoye bibi. And then secondly, the vision itself memfa say ama omei edini yi for 28 years akwakoye a double-ended political jigsaw, and saying there's one side is social justice, integrity, probity, transparency, and accountability. And one side of it. The other side, a participatory democracy. Semia yetiha ye kansi. As a matter of fact, constitutional pundits and a lot of academicians are still struggling with either the realization of the participatory democracy. Ena ohwe enkrofo so mo di lechi na nsemo mo keka fa no ho na akwakwa ti say sebio some opportunistic ayibi ena no mo more particularly yenyi bibi am say the backing dog who amode to omode no to lisha na omo ka ho asem asini nketi abeka no. Apart from that he was also described as the Voltairean god, small g, you know, Busum, Yasumache, you know. I mean, these are all, in the media, Sebu, and Yadiafi, Nipa, Hano. But
Voltairean god, you know, verifying would say indeed, the person that comment is attributed to the cancer.
The person attributed was former President John Mahama.
And you've heard him say that?
Why not? I mean, it's in the media. It's in the media. I mean, why? I mean,
it's one thing say in the media, and another thing is what you say all can.
No, the point is once it's in the media and it's recorded and it's a record now. I mean, what is it?
There's not been any rebuttal.
Yes, there's not been any rebuttal, and that's what we clearly cited it. So they are saying, and more importantly, so this series of na Akoswon,
Semper FM,
the very recent one, because the last one that book, The Camel's Back. The fact say working with Rawlings' book was forwarded by no less a person than the running mate of the presidential candidate of the NDC, and the content of it, quite seriously, say who ready that is in the constitutional compilation and stuff like that, Tamwa, I can say, even though Rawlings was not an intellectual, but they placated him with his vision. Because you read a constitution in now near Rawlings' person would shemu the vision of social justice, integrity, probity, and accountability, and anti-corruption. So they say. In other words, he was not intellectual. He saw him as not intellectual.
But that's a fact, no?
Fine. But you don't need to be an intellectual to be a visionary leader. Leadership is a different thing. So they are saying, in any case, even he was not intellectual, but he still, was the person who illuminated all of you, the associates, into limelight. What I'm saying, the way they value and look at you, that's very, very important. Just say the time that he was in power and had control, nobody could virtually challenge him in these areas. And he said, even Yababe draft constitution, now a drew stage, not just say those intellectuals they had their way. They wanted to do something different, but it was him who insisted, say, that must be in it. In other words, an infusion of his vision through the preamble down is what drove or continues to drive the Fourth Republic. So they are here. And in the end, can say, the associates around him didn't understand him. Maybe they became nouveau-riche and had different attitude towards the leader. Or the
examples where you are to establish
the fact. But the danger is that, look, you need a philosophical understanding to run a nation. Governance. I was saying fapimbi yede ehwe ebu oman. Aman biano yede fapim. Just a certain pillars and yede run. And if Rawlings had succeeded in all this time, 28 years, for us to have a stable governance up to this time, now in fact those who were his associates never shared in his vision but pretended they did so, now it's very dangerous. As a matter of fact, I drew parallels. There's a parallel. I mean, at the global stage, I mean, geopolitical politics. You remember the former Soviet Union and China? Fine. China ni Soviet Union ni China. Nanka omunya ya mamienu a sebi omu fapem no na ase communism. But not China. Ehwe se Soviet revisionist. And say omu yini se Soviet Union so communism emu yie. And the Soviet Union also accuse China say omu communism no cry any communism. So they say actually 1979 because of half-hearted approach, say nipa emphasizing and so near Ekosiisen on nipa say ekra omumai and I say eye omumai fapum na omugina so no omudidi agronji no omai friend Soviet Union above form. It's what we are saying is say no, at least one can understand, say, up to this stage, never be to say decentralization, social justice, nanka, was a share, your mumano. Which me can say, and say, a brain be a bar, ya na Rawlings, and a yen party, na anti Rawlings, a see and amanima bibili, but in any case, yes, the vision is so potent. Sir, it has saved the Fourth Republic. Oman Penyukura Ajatum say, one and a cofabai.
I'm the founder of the
founder. I think social justice side, and so say, at least, what is social justice? Social interventions is part of it because it's in something so they say, never be to free SHS. Any who croniba you kakray you watch you be about edu stage biro revisionism ebi na make no fapping bia yantiase ayam for yansan so mi no obi can say progressive obi say full free SHS even in those time kura me fan say ne wono aban na candidate na no oyo kura no ma aban mu and he didn't even know what was in the kitty, but and I'm so we were committed. We're talking about commitment. So they are saying, we're committed in Intino. Or by me say argument in nature, and then you free SHS. But the implications are a part of the revisionist attitude. So as of those who could have understood it better. Because are social democrats. And we are talking about conservative liberal democrats.
Yeah.
How say omomom ena asomuye na yende yenti ase ye can say progressive edu stage because yenti me kra. All those arguments went on. the then Minister of Education, so even in 20 years, I mean, I think the then late, was it 20 years into me yet? And that is attitude. And you know, we are raising these points because we are at the verge of, I mean, an election. I mean, we are very close to an election.
But my other point would be on some papa will fear. Na ebia bibinti achinye me papa enya kasa ye ntematete. Are you saying say because of enunti no some papa ewua mintimi enso no?
Nana ne oka no enye good analogy. It doesn't apply.
I didn't hear.
We die o papa edo papa say would you papa do papa do wo fi hwara. So they say but we no ye gina krantie so enti ye nante no e wo se yesua enti akandini no a odi woni no a wo nante krantie no so no wo ye mistake na wo yesua na namuntu yi a de na de beba wo bepra me bo ana ebia wo kwan bia wo de enam krantie no so sharp edge but wo konanim enti wo se wo tina se de wo se usua ne nante.
Yes.
Enti you don't experiment. So they say, they can very simple. You know, to the extent to say, even when you watch no, I mean, President Mama, Edwin said, the former boss, enigmatic. And I say, no, the man is not enigmatic. Deep face, all the associates around him at the time didn't understand him. It's as simple as that. So they say, no, say why national possession?
Yes.
Why national possession? Anybody can come and say what I'm saying if they really understood it well. So they say anybody can come and say, but yeah, because now who can be a flag bearer? And we must say the facts as they are. You know, near can say almost need to treat from Tam or Tiasia. They have no business with it. It's as simple as that.
You think so?
Yes, I think so.
So going back to my analogy.
Yes.
Say me papa me no problem.
No. One analogy will not apply. More importantly, when a person will use that as an advantage to galvanize themselves. Oh yes, I know. Because your boss and you say the mama di an income. Time wa papa no tia say woni income wo de nuwo echi eba na wa pre income around what? It should be around ideas. It should be around ideas, critical ideas. Said you did your mind home buying.
But they made the points. I will share vigil, Libya. At the vigil, speaker after speaker make key points.
Ekosiisen on
they should all be inspired by the big vision of this man.
So what is a big vision? What is a big vision? Over 30 years, big vision. What have we done? Have we achieved participatory democracy? Election biana or my so the other side of the political jigsaw is the vibrancy of the media. Just the social accountability level, the demands are very good coming from the fourth estate of the realm. Apart from that, when we talk about the stakes are high, whose stakes? What is the mark of national character and possession of the stakes?
I say NDC inquiry. You have to blame.
You blame those who followed the visionary and could not understand him, and that is what we are saying. A very simple solution. Then you don't allow them say that so-called you call to governors around him at his demise.
But when him say he still remains the founder of the NDC, and that's stated black and white in the party's constitution.
The founder is a by law, but not indeed. It is by law.
Not indeed.
It's not indeed. No, it's not indeed. What the political party? Any few ways you. Say a man for tenancy team now in Palmas and Mawapam. What the political party? The like-minded people that you started with, they still continue in it. And this is if you are in such an organization, because if you are no emphasis on the same. That's what we are talking. So it's in law, but not indeed.
And is this year?
Yes.
You believe, sir, the NDP is well positioned to carry on the vision of
that is it. And more particularly, oh yes, we are talking about the vision. I mean, he's a national possession. It's not only the NDP, but the NDP must be quick to come out and point out, these flaws. Say, because going forward, all of us are social democrats. So virtually the conservative liberal democrats are taking the wind out of our sail. They are respecting part of the side of the social justice. Yes, in terms of
social intervention.
Yeah, social intervention, free SHS, and quite recently, I attempt to say, referendum so that we decentralize and so on and so forth. And it will take certain interests out of our way. What are those interests? What are the interests? So they say, critically, we're talking about philosophy, vision, and it should be understood in that light. Why? And who are those who threw monkey wrench into the whole referendum and decided? It was NDC.
Meaning for more NDP, the number supporters are.
We supported it highly because
election of MSP.
Control one hour better in Quem. So they say. A lot of CSOs like Ideological. I mean, you can find out. So there's understanding the man's vision is very, very important. The air can say, even though we've come a long way in stability, but that is not all. I was say yes, but in this we must understand. For some people, it becomes virtually a political jigsaw. But here they say it's clear. It shouldn't be a problem, and apart from that, apart from I can't remember and answer him. Obani ni kukueni baby na okuyafono efirimu okunafono fi kunamua ojefono ema enire efana. It is not done. Obano ne ma ene eyisa ko efomo esiesie efono now the respect. Is that the last respect to her husband? So they say.
And if anyone has a party, they are more flag bearer than Kunedwajman Rollins. That's a flag bearer.
Certainly.
Well, she is contesting this.
Why not? Why not? Because the noble Disa Nahokemi Esisono, she is the most qualified to stand, in the vision path. For Ghana. And seriously, for 60 years they've been together, and just like Siamese twins. One also wa exhibit what chirese sa adoye any mubruhua ewununo. Most of them don't come to promise, say the phenomenon of coming to promise goodies, as a mask of incompetent leadership. Obibazo and we place leadership and organization above political goodies because near say most of the time she say that is not leadership. So that's not leadership. And we need critical minds to look at some of these things, strand by strand. And yes sir, you be gigantic now one way and show afayase. And this must be explained. And the youngsters where you free Rollins na catching must draw the nation's attention. Say, baby ayekono, you and your mamma no jina no ase bi obi a omo shishi omo a ye di ntro bebrebe no. And no I Fred some for conference I near say babishia and chebia na social media. If you kasapa any Star FM, so omukra de omo paper bukra we easy say maame no so nyina. What is all that?
But I say enya no cre.
Never come up. It never
consider that. So
out of it. So you say enti santro no ye akohi. So enti ne kan say sebi yemfa akomapa na sebi near
FM
akaya bom ama yemma babedu baby edro no yesomu ye but I say den nokre na ehweso. So Obi Kase, only Rollins are signed for a very long time. Now we're enigmatic.
I find it
difficult. But enigmatic. You have a problem with that?
I have a problem with it.
Yes,
but
there is around because also enigmatic as an adjective, difficult to interpret or understand, or mysterious.
Very good.
Mysterious, puzzling, mystifying.
And he's not mystifying, he's not puzzling. We are saying, say, the person we know as Rollins exuded a lot of profuse humanity. So they are saying, I mean, nipa yo, nipa si.
Yes.
Nipa so okra nipa. And he will do anything to prevent anything that serves as a hindrance, including even placing his life on that one, so that that humanity finds its place to the benefit of people. It's as simple as that.
But say party papa na when you baby ko lead for over 20 years, and for almost 20 years. Yes. In the leading party for 19 years.
Yes.
And this party has been built into a national
Ekosiisen
party to levels
yes.
The NDP cannot get there anytime soon.
Yeah.
Say party or a better chance of winning an election at the NDC. Why don't you, with the man's vision, join forces and rather win an election?
You win an election on a footing that placed this country on the stage. So to say, but that is all what we are saying. The point is that we are not scuttling anybody's chances and but what we are near is sin and siano say ye twatwa dwen emma nipa na okofa bae na sisi we free mu no na dwen a na we wa a we kofa bae no ye bisa se obi fa nia ne fapema sebi ye di ebuma no eso ana and I can say you can meet me do with an objective, but I become somebody else. Now it's an opportunity. I become opportunistic. So that's it. I become revisionist.
Okay.
We are moving to a precipice, say, or say Nema ebema yejina as we were before, and even better before. And no ebe here say ye twatwa adwene. And as a party, of the rolling stock, I mean, we must speak out. Of course, even it's a national possession. Nanka obi. I mean, you remember
Obi.
Yes, Obi. I mean, if you understood things the way I'm speaking now, you can also stand and say the same. I mean, nobody monopolize it, but na huka fwa say we do kuna na yenso ben Rollins akachi I mean, and understood him the way we do. Seriously, I mean, his thoughts highly infused into a manifesto. I can say Papa no the vision, both edge, the double-ended puzzle is no puzzle to us.
Okay. Because that's
it.
And my prepared 2 weeks time here to Aba. Fully prepared.
Yeah, prepared.
More candidates in some constituencies.
A lot. So we are research and can be buying over boy abaso.
Oh
no, me can't so. No, I don't make keep the secret.
But I'm sure of win at least a seat.
Oh, Bema, Yame DXC will do wonders.
This election.
Oh, I'm telling you, you will do wonders. You will do wonders. And now, your friend to me, come 7th, you best swearing in. That's the next prayer. Yes, that's our hope. That's our hope and prayer.
Wow.
Yes, at least. Ekobanisa na omai ediniye. ND NDP. ND and I can say all cadres, all of us cadres who believed in Rollins must not look anywhere else than the NDP. So they say very, very important because Papa no the person Rollins our radiating charisma illuminated every darkness I will move and was so affable to people. And nyame Atun suffering.
Okay.
But his vision
lives
eternal. That vision is eternal.
And I
was saying
in his wife.
Exactly. And I was saying you can't come issue na you say you diso pepepe, and that is no any can't all kids and believers, in Rollins. Yes.
Wow.
That's right.
Alhaji Mohammed Frimpong, General Secretary NDP. Alhaji, we wish you well. I mean, in less than 2 weeks, Ghana for Kotwaba.
That's right.
And we hope more aspirations in this election. No, na BBA Timi Akoye Amamo. They are no former First Lady in Swami. Okay. I am a flag bearer. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Alhaji Mohammed Frimpong is the General Secretary of the NDP and Motesi AD and Komo 18.